Coming up on Cedar Valley today, fantasy sports are gaining controversy as they take fans off the sidelines and put them on the screen.
And Main Street Cedar Falls is beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
And 35 million people worldwide currently live with HIV or AIDS. On World AIDS Day, we speak with one woman about her journey with the virus. This is Cedar Valley Today.
Good morning and welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Tyler Metcalf.
And I'm Christina Alexander. With football nearing the end of the season and basketball starting up, players of DraftKings and other daily fantasy sports have plenty of opportunities to be involved in the online game.
With over 1 million users, it's towing a fine line between fantasy and gambling.
Fantasy sports have been a popular game for some time now. You draft your team at the beginning of the year and manage them throughout the season. The new thing on the block, however, DraftKings. It's made its emergence quickly. From being bombarded by commercials of people winning millions and saying that you can do the same, to hearing about it on your favorite sports network, many people are wondering, what exactly is this game?
DraftKings is fantasy football, except it's daily. You get to pick your players every week. You have a certain budget that you get to spend.
It doesn't matter what team they're on or if they're on your regular team. You just get to pick anybody you want. So if you want to have Adrian Peterson on your team this week, you get to do that.
Because it is considered gambling, DraftKings is illegal in Iowa as well as 5 other states. To some, it's a combination of both gambling and fantasy.
It's gambling because you're putting your own money in and you can make more money if you perform well, and it's fantasy because it's using the sport of football, picking players.
I think there's aspects of chance to it where you don't have any control, but I also think there's a lot of skill involved.
Weber said he is yet to lose any money and recently won $50. Johnson, on the other hand, lost around $10 and no longer plays for money.
I usually join a few and fill out different lineups, but I make sure and join the ones or the lobbies where you can only have one entry, because then I think that makes it a little bit more straightforward, and then like the Sharks wouldn't be involved, but I don't play for money either.
Where it used to be strictly fantasy football with 8 to 12 of your friends in a league throughout the whole season, DraftKings could have as many as 1 million people and gives you a chance to win every single week. Either way, for both Weber and Johnson, it's just another way to play.
I really enjoy fantasy football, obviously, so it's just another platform I get to use players I don't normally get to use, and I guess it just adds another way to enjoy your NFL Sunday.
With Black Friday out of the way, main streets across Iowa are gearing up again toward Christmas.
Cedar Valley Today's Kaylin Thompson joins us live from Main Street, Cedar Falls. How are things lighting up there, Kaylin?
Well, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in downtown Cedar Falls. I'm here on Main Street, and while Cedar Falls' annual holiday hoopla kicked off last week, the Christmas spirit isn't fading anytime soon. There will be different events held to celebrate the holiday season. Events include lighting the street with ice sculpture luminaries and also a competition between the different bars to create the best holiday cocktail. Winter runners and walkers can take part in Santa's Snow Shuffle 5K Fun Run on December 12th. And guys, don't shave off your no-shave November beards quite yet. You can get your whiskers measured for Santa's Beard Contest on December 17th. Santa will be making special stops at his Main Street workshop every Saturday until December 19th.
We started it as a way to celebrate the festivities of the holiday season and also bring attention and traffic to downtown Cedar Falls to let people know about all of the stores and all of the restaurants that we have in our community.
Holiday Hoopla will last until December 19th. For a full list of activities, you can check out our Facebook page. Reporting live from downtown Cedar Falls for Cedar Valley Today, I'm Kaylin Thompson.
Thank you, Kaylin. The Boys and Girls Club of the Cedar Valley are getting in the holiday spirit and for a good cause. Last night, the Cedar Valley Boys and Girls Club and the Waterloo Cedar Falls Symphony Orchestra hosted a fundraiser at the Gallagher Blue Dorn Performing Arts Center. This was the 4th year for the concert event featuring classic holiday favorites.
We bring in choirs from around the area, and they perform a few holiday songs, and then we also do several all audience participation Christmas carols, things people are familiar with, like Jingle Bells, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great family event and a way for people to get excited about the holiday season.
The roughly 300 singers ended the concert with the Hallelujah Chorus.
And coming up, a transgender individual receives backlash from a presidential candidate.
Stay with us.
Whether you live in an older home
Or you're building a new one.
There are always ways to save energy and money.
And MidAmerican Energy can help.
I needed better insulation. With MidAmerican Energy, I got a $1,000 rebate, and I cut my energy bills by 50%.
With Summer Saver, MidAmerican Energy pays us to control our AC.
And with all the programs we've used,
We're able to save money now
and be energy efficient for years to come.
The power's in your hands with MidAmerican Energy.
2 GOP candidates made stops in Iowa this week. Republican presidential candidate Ted Cruz spoke at a campaign event in Newton, Iowa.
Cruz refused to blame anti-abortion arguments in last week's Planned Parenthood attack. Cruz accused the media of wanting to blame the pro-life movement. The Texas senator called the attacker deranged at the Iowa campaign event on Sunday.
We don't fully know the motivations of this deranged individual. It's also reported that he was registered as an independent and as a woman and a transgendered leftist activist, if that's what he is. I don't think it's fair to blame on the rhetoric of the left. This is a murderer.
Cruz was likely citing his information from the Gateway Pundit, a right-wing blog. A campaign spokesperson says Cruz was only trying to point out that all the details are not known.
Republican presidential candidate John Kasich visited Ames yesterday for a campaign event. Speaking to a crowd of about 70 people, Kasich responded to Donald Trump's recent attacks on minorities and people with disabilities. The Ohio governor told reporters he believes in a call to unify, not to divide. Coming up, we joined one Cedar Valley woman who is uniting others in the fight against HIV.
When was the last time you got hyped up about your checking account? It's easy at State Bank. With Hype Checking, you can earn up to 2.04% APY on balances up to $25,000. Plus, get a free debit card with unlimited transactions, reimbursement up to $15 in ATM fees per cycle, free online banking, mobile banking, bill pay, and more. Get hyped up at State Bank with checking that earns you more. Open yours today. State Bank, community-minded, customer-focused, member FDIC.
Now we'll look at what's trending on your social media. Every hour of the day today, Cedar Valley Humane Society is highlighting some of the reasons that the organization exists and the 24 animals currently waiting for a new forever home. This holiday season, please consider making a donation to help them care for the animals living at the Humane Society, or go ahead and bring yourself home a new pet. This year, the children of Cedar Falls will have a chance to send Santa their letters and get a handwritten reply. The letters can be mailed until December 21st, and they should be dropped off at a mailbox located at the corner of 4th and Main Street. Now we'll look at your Waverly weather cam. Yesterday we saw a high of 38 degrees and a low of 32. There was about 0.4 inches of rain accumulated and traces of snow. Now here's your daily weather forecast.
Are you a high school senior passionate about becoming a writer, producer, editor, or even a cinematographer?
Wartburg College's Department of Journalism and Communication wants students like you to join our award-winning creative community.
We've created a digital cinema and production program centered on real-world experiences, with a goal of helping you master digital skills in video, audio, and live production.
You'll have the opportunity to work in our digital production control room, live recording studios, and have access to our full line of digital cinema gear.
This program is designed for digital creatives who want to explore areas such as screenwriting, producing and directing, digital cinematography and lighting design, music production and digital audio recording, live video production and streaming.
We're committed to training the next generation of digital storytellers. For more information about Wartburg's Department of Journalism and Communication, find us online and on Facebook.
World AIDS Day is held on December 1st each year and is an opportunity for people worldwide to unite in the fight against HIV. The first World AIDS Day took place in 1988, 4 years after HIV was identified. Organizers say the purpose is for people across the world to unite in the battle against HIV. According to the WorldAIDSDay.org, an estimated 34 million people have the virus and more than 35 million people have died as a result of the HIV or AIDS. The group asks people to wear a red ribbon today in support of those affected by HIV or AIDS. Joining me now is Tammy Hot, a leading organizer and champion of anti-criminalization efforts for people with HIV and organizer of the world's first HIV is Not a Crime conference. Thank you for joining us, Tammy. So first, can you share with us a little bit of your personal story with HIV?
Yes. I have been living with HIV for 22 years. I was diagnosed August 23rd, 1993. It was the day before my 25th birthday. I went in to be tested. I never believed that HIV would ever happen to somebody like me. It's something that we think it happens to other people. But my fiance at the time was diagnosed with AIDS on August 4th, 1993. We had plans to get married on November 27th of that year, and on August 4th, the doctor told us that we should cancel our wedding plans, that he wouldn't live long enough. Luckily, he did, and we were able to get married. However, he did pass away October 12th, 1996, which was 2 months and 9 days before our son was born. So my son is now 18 years old. I never imagined back in 1996 when he was born that I would live long enough to see him graduate, but I was able to see him walk across the stage last year to receive his diploma.
And can you tell us how your life, and in particular your health routine, has changed since you were diagnosed?
Well, yeah, it's pretty much changed everything. And for the first 10 years, back in 1993, we didn't have all of the medication options that we do today. So at that time, I think I describe it as I was living to die, especially after Adrian was born. My whole goal was, how could I, give him as much love as I can to let him know that he was always loved by his mother, figuring that when he was in junior high, I would probably pass away. So, but it was about probably 12 years now. It was actually a dental hygienist who said, you're going to regret it in 10 years for not flossing daily when you start losing your teeth. And that's when I started to, everything started to click in place that we are living longer. We have more drug options. So I had to figure out what I was going to do the rest of my life, which is not a question I had to answer before.
And since there appears to be a lot of confusion between what is HIV and what is AIDS, can you clarify that a little bit?
Yes, and actually now in the community we are almost starting to rather than using the term AIDS, although people who have been living with AIDS for 20, 30 years now, still that word means a lot to them. But we're going to classify HIV in stages now, sort of like cancer. One, we're hoping that will help reduce the stigma associated with being HIV positive. But it's usually you get an AIDS diagnosis if you've been very sick, if your CD4 count drops below 200, and you have at least one opportunistic infection.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Tammy. And for links about how you can take part in World AIDS Day, visit our Facebook page. Stay with us.
You're an active person. You always want the best from your body. And when an injury slows you down, you turn to the best. At the Waverly Health Center Orthopedic Clinic, Dr. Linda Martin, nurse practitioner Carrie Van E, and the Health Center team offer cutting-edge technology and personal patient-centered care. Knee and hip injuries, muscle strains and tears, no matter what sidelines you. Let our team get you back in the game. Waverly Health Center. We make a difference you can feel.
Originally set for November 20th, the art exhibit was postponed due to weather conditions. Artist Sean Page says the pieces allowed him to utilize the new materials and colors. The show is rescheduled for December 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. Thanks for watching Cedar Valley Today. For more Cedar Valley news, download our app for Android.
And be sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Have a great Tuesday, Cedar Valley.